We can say it for the second time this weekend. Second place against first place inside Lee's Family Forum in Vegas. Tonight's match brought to you by the Southern Nevada Toyota dealers and by Clark County Credit Union. This time around, though, it's the first place Vegas Thrill playing host. The 4-2 Atlanta Vibe coming in second. And we so appreciate you joining us, AJ Cannell, alongside the former UC Irvine star pro overseas Victoria Dennis. Another reverse sweep for Vegas on Friday.
The mental toughness has shined through. The depth of their bench is a part of that. Their serving with purpose have allowed them the opportunity to get so many blocks defensively, tracking the attackers out in front of them, have also been able to joust and throw these balls down. They have range offensively, but defense is what has won these games for the Thrill.
Third reverse sweep of the season, fourth different 5-set win for Vegas. They're now in first place in the PVF for the first time in team history, welcoming in last year's regular season champion, the Atlanta Vibe, led by last year's regular season MVP, Leah Edmond.
Outside hitter Leah Edmond is consistent offense and defensively. She lines up in front of her attacker. She takes rips high line because she gets to the apex of the volleyball. She is mentally tough, being able to carve up at the service line as well.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For Atlanta, Pia Timmer remains out. She's on short-term injured reserve. Taylor Head has been filling in at the OH2 position, along with Edmond as the other outside for Atlanta. Mia Tuaninga in the starting lineup for the third straight match. For the Vegas Thrill, take a look at their starting group. Morgan Stout in there for Lane Van Buskirk, gets her first career start. Player to watch, brought to you by your Southern Nevada Toyota dealers, is Cameron Hanna, coming off a career-high tying 16 kills and the most efficient match of her career, 389 in the 5-set victory over Indy on Friday. Just about set to go between the Atlanta Vibe and the Vegas Thrill to cap off a 4-match day across the Pro Volleyball Federation. Second place versus first place to finish it off. For the Vegas Thrill, Ramon Hernandez-Cruz in his first year, the second year of the franchise. Well, like many of the players across the PVF, Coach Hernandez-Cruz was a star both in the indoor game and in the beach game, where he was an Olympian in 2004 in Athens. On the other side, talk about playing days, Kayla Benworth, just a couple of Olympic cycles ago, was the starting libero for Team USA as they won bronze medal at the Rio Olympics, and she's turned into a very respected coach very quickly. Was an assistant coach for Nebraska when they won a national title, which we'll talk about, with John Cook hanging it up recently, and now taking over in her first year for the Atlanta Vibe. Should I even bother asking you, how did the Thrill start more quickly today? Does it matter if the Thrill start quickly?
I mean, story been told, it doesn't matter, but they would like to win a first set.
Hasn't happened yet this year, yet they're first place in the league at 5-2. Hannah Maddox tries to hit line and can't make contact with the block there, so a point for Atlanta as Taylor Head goes back to serve. Filling in for Pia Timmer at the OH2 spot. Right back to Hannah Maddox, this time dots the back line.
Childress solidifying her maturity with Maddox. Maddox, the rookie last season, was looking to make waves in the league. Childress has made Maddox a little bit more mature and more confidence on that pin.
Corey Lewis, a slide swing. Couple of players up there trying to play that ball, and Oblad went into the net.
First ball contact is crucial, especially this early on in the game. You're trying to establish that rhythm.
Now Lewis, the serve toward Maddox, tight pass. Childress with the one-handed set to Oblad.
Oblad and Childress stay consistent with each other, and especially when Childress is in the front row, she wants to run different routes with Oblad.
Cameron Hanna coming off the 389, 16 kill performance in the 5-set win against Indy. Back in your face, Edmond, last year's PVF MVP.
Edmond carves it up no matter where she is. She's just consistent. She's mentally tough. She doesn't ride the highs or goes too low. She is even keel.
Hit under 100 through the first 3 matches of the season, surprisingly, but 317 in the last 4. And her best match of the year was the most recent one for them, as you see a Maddox kill. But Edmond really got things turned around at San Diego a few days ago. She hit 470 with 21 kills, both season bests. Had a double-double in that one, but Maddox converts, goes back to the line. Big serve handled by Morgan Hens. The best libero in the league, one of the best in the world. Merritt Beeson, a left side swing and a kill.
Talk about that set from Mia Tuaniga. She is so consistent, the once Trojan out of USC. Puts the ball in the hitter's window every single time.
Leah Edmond, by far PVF's leader in aces with 15. Puts that one in the net. Tegan DeFalco got replaced pretty early by Mary Schroll. Back in there starting at libero today for Vegas, as Taylor Head puts some creativity for the point scoring play.
Head recognized that the defense of the throw were dug in on her. She had 2 up on the block, as we know that the throw's block has been consistent. She read it and went right over.
The former Vegas Thrill middle, McKenna Vicini with the serve. It's Looper hitting high with success.
Charity Looper has been a consistent outside for the throw. The rookie out of Louisville, standing at 5'8", has some major hops. She's able to get her step close to the ball consistently, and she likes those high hands.
Bad pass by Edmond, and an ace gifted to Alicia Glass-Childress.
An ace from the service line is part of that textbook keys to the game for the Thrill. They were looking to up their serve, and they can get that out of Childress.
Corey Lewis, who has all sorts of upside, according to her head coach, Kayla Banworth, says that she can be a player, Kayla thinks, that could be a middle blocker scoring 3, 4, maybe even 5 points per set at some point during her career. That says a lot. Lewis is a rookie first-round pick out of Florida State. Set the gap, and it's Stout.
Talk about a rookie, Stout, running her route. Coming out of Wichita State, she has her double arm lift on that gap. Childress able to find her in the air.
First career start for Morgan Stout. She's been a key substitute, including in the victory last time around against Indy, but in many of the matches this year for Vegas, a key substitute. Finally in the starting lineup today for Van Buskirk. Challenge. Anytime you hear a buzzer like that, middle of the point, it's going to be a challenge.
If you see something, say something now. You cannot let the play continue out and then challenge a previous touch in that elongated rally.
Is challenging that the ball contacted the antenna touch.
If you see something, say something. I feel like I'm in a public service announcement. Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I saw that ball near the antenna. Bolt 6 technology handles these replay reviews, as well as all the automated in-out calls. And very quick, typically on these reviews, they'll get us a look as soon as they can, and typically the decision comes down. This year it's averaged about just over 20 seconds on these reviews. This one taking a little bit longer. Maybe having a tougher time establishing if that ball contacted the antenna.
Well, there's 22 cameras. Maybe they're just looking at every single possible angle on this one. Want to get it right. It's Back and forth so far, every point counts.
So a challenge was made by, to be clear, Kayla Banworth and Atlanta, thinking that the ball contacted the antenna, last touched by the thrill, which would be out off of the thrill. And so we're going to take a look here. Did the ball hit the antenna? I don't see anything. Or did the hand hit the antenna? Would be the other issue. No antenna fault, period. And so in that situation, if you're Atlanta, you stop the point. You lose the point if you lose the challenge. Now, Kayla Banworth came over. You see her in the middle of your screen, Atlanta's head coach looking for clarification. They sought that clarification, and I don't know if she's happy with it, but they'll accept the result of the point. Hitter coverage, and Tuaninga, nobody home there on that set. That's one of those things we're talking this week with Kayla Banworth about it. In transition, Tuaninga is so aggressive that the middles have to be ready.
Oh, absolutely. She gets up and she likes to rip. We saw her during hitting lines. She sees a window of opportunity. She's going to take it. One
of those things, she's just come into the starting lineup recently from Marley Montserrat. And there's some of the chemistry. Naturally, they're still going to have to work on that with the rookie out of USC. Sets the bic for Edmond. Childress dives, and it's saved over to Atlanta by Stout. And smashed down for Corey Lewis.
Lewis getting on her route, transitioning like a pro. It is so hard to transition fast at this pace of volleyball, and especially getting all the way around your setter. What a dig by Childress, laying out.
Big swing from Hannah and a big block touch by the Vibe. Lewis swats it off the block. Childress with the read. Now Hannah is roofed.
Great close block there on the side of Atlanta. Leah Edmond starts with that as the pin blocker. She's in charge of lining up in front of the attacker, allowing her middle blocker to close.
Morgan Stout able to get it done on that middle swing.
Having active production middle allows your pin attackers to have more one-on-one opportunities. Stout is lethal in the middle and lethal from the service line.
Merritt Beeson, the #1 overall pick for the Atlanta Vibe. They traded up to get to #1 and draft Beeson.
When you're able to have an active right back attacker, it levels your offense that much more, especially with Mia Tuaninga being able to find her on that deep ball.
Nice pass by Looper. Here's Hannah. Another healthy block touch, but an overpass on the second touch. And Vegas, wow, able to score one way or the other. Early an over dig on the first touch off the block there. And Vegas ends up taking advantage.
Oblad communicating she thought Maddox might have taken that overpass. But middle blockers, you're in charge of the net. You have to patrol it, and you have to talk that out with your pins.
Well, a couple times Edmond has used her hands and had trouble passing, but Tuaninga doesn't matter there. She's still able to score.
She is so fun to watch. Tuaninga is an aggressive setter. She's able to get the second contact on this joust and force it down. She plays with so much swag. So fun.
Has that big jump serve as well. Nice pass from Hannah. Tuaninga the dig. And make Oblad have to play that and earn an opportunity, hence sets Beeson. Nice hitter coverage. Edmond, a chance. And that one is finally down.
Great high hand-to-ball contact from Edmond on the pin. She had an out-of-system set. It was a closed block, was able to get that hand of Oblad.
Feels like this could be one of those matches where it's very difficult to get the ball to the floor. Going to take a huge amount of effort to grind through these sets for each of these teams.
You're going to have to earn points. Neither one of these teams are giving up a lot of unforced errors, and it's going to come down to who can score on second and third ball opportunities. Are you able to cover your attackers and recycle the ball in transition?
Was a miss there from Maddox. Another good pass by Maddox on the jump serve from Tuaninga. And a couple of unforced errors in a row for Vegas the last 2 points. Ramon Hernandez-Cruz thinking it's time to slow this down a little bit. 13-11 in the first set. Second place Atlanta in the building to take on the first place Vegas Thrill. Timeout. Middle of the first set, Atlanta up by a couple of points. Tonight's match is brought to you by the Southern Nevada Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Last year, the Vegas Thrill were 2-5 through the first 7 matches of the season. This year, they're 5-2 and in first place. Trying to get out of this Tuaninga service rotation. Rolled toward the middle by Taylor Head. Bump set from Childress. Maddox does enough to recycle. Right back to Maddox. Bigger swing and the kill.
That's that second and third ball opportunity that the Thrill have to capitalize on, and Maddox does, being able to use the block to her advantage, not on the first play, but on the second swing. Recycling on their side, kicking all the way out and using high hands.
That's as good as it gets from Maddox right there, keeping the point going, quickly getting back to make her approach, and then killing. Nice dig by Hannah. Back row, Maddox.
Maddox leveling up her back row attack into the seam of the block of the 5. What a play. Watch as Maddox gets on her route, broad jumping into that seam, perfectly placed into that 1-6 seam.
Maddox has collected an ace in 6 straight matches. Looper does well with the joust. From the floor, Beeson. Bigger swing, Beeson.
Great rip by Beeson in transition. She had 2 up, and it seems to be the scouting report from what I've seen is that Atlanta want a tip at the right back defender of the Thrill. The Thrill doing a good job of digging that tip.
Childress straight down.
Delay and throw it down. Childress, she knows something about multitasking, having that peripheral vision. She has 3 babies at home, and she has that peripheral vision here on the court.
Little tight there, but Beeson still handles it. She was a back-to-back All-American at Nebraska. I should say back-to-back All-Big Ten at Nebraska. Made All-American 2 years ago. Numbers actually were a little bit down during her senior year. but no doubt about the talent that she brings, and Atlanta didn't think twice, and they knew they needed a big-time opposite to pair with Leah Edmond and spread the defense out. So they drafted Beeson first overall, and this is going to be our automatic timeout with a team reaching 16 here in the middle of the first set. Atlanta leads 16-14. Timeout on the court. It's still Atlanta by 2. That was the 16-point middle of the set timeout. Take a look at the upcoming matches on the side of your screen. Leah Edmond with a nice shot for Atlanta.
Edmond active in the back row. Watch as she's able to step close into that ball. She had 3 up in front of her, textbook swing.
Charity Looper. Pancaked by Tuaninga. Stout hits it hard and down for the kill.
Stout is really lethal off of 1 foot, especially going behind her setter. She does a really great job getting her feet to the ball. Watch as she's able to make contact up in the air because of where she takes off.
She led all middles in the country in the NCAA last year in kills per set for Wichita State in her final year. A rookie for Vegas. But a nice swing by Taylor Head. Going thumbs down there. Oh, in the head. Kept in by Maddox. Don't see that much on a serve. And Lewis makes it a highlight point for the Vibe.
Lewis running her route behind on that first ball controlled, but playing tag your it was Looper on that pass.
Maybe the shoulder, but still, you don't normally see that on a serve. And one of the reasons they drafted Merritt Beeson #1 overall was the fact that she was so good at the 6 rotation game in the NCAA level, which, you know, Kayla Banworth, head coach for Atlanta, was lamenting that, you know, the way the substitute patterns are, there are a lot of more subs allowed in the NCAA. She'd like to see more players be able to play 6 rotations. They drafted Beeson in large part because of her versatility, not just her front row play. The Thrill will be on the road, and on the All-Star break, will not be returning home until the first week of March, Sunday, March 2nd, and Wednesday, March 5th. Join us for Cadence's birthday party on March 2nd at 3 o'clock. The first 500 fans receive a Cadence the Catamount t-shirt on Wednesday, March 5th. 7 o'clock, it's Thrill Jersey Giveaway Night. Replica jerseys for the first 500 fans on Women in Sports Night. For tickets, go to vegasthrill.com. In the NCAA, you get 15 subs, FIVB 6, PVF is 8. So it limits the ability to put defensive specialists in. a little more liberal than the international game, but you have to be able to play all the way around the court. Cameron Hanna, a huge swing.
A classic hang and bang from Cameron Hanna. Watch as she's able to extend all the way up and through this volleyball, taking advantage of that seam.
Nice dig by DeFalco. That's a point for Hanna. Charity Looper began her career with UCLA, finished off at Louisville. Forces the overpass, and Vegas is 1 point away from tying this back up.
This is where Vegas needs to continue to chip away at the service line, create opportunities. Great serve into that 5-6 seam, exposing their front row outside for Atlanta.
Going to Hanna with regularity.
No matter where Cameron Hanna is on the court, left or right side pin, she is consistent. She has the volley IQ. She's not shy of playing in front of a big crowd or on a big stage. Coming off of winning that natty with Penn State. Watch as Hanna is able to transition outside. Great layout from Maddox, and Hanna swinging high and hard into that block.
4-0 run for the Vegas Thrill. Can this be the set? Can this be the first set that they finally win? They've lost all 7 this year. Dating back to last year, they won a first set against San Diego on April 26, 2024. 11 straight first set losses for the team going back to that match last year. And yet this year they've managed to still go 5-2 in large part because they're 5-1 in the 4th set, and they are a perfect 4-0 in the 5th set. So 9-1 Vegas in the 4th and 5th set combined.
So important for Vegas to win this first set, to really solidify that momentum, especially on their home floor. We know that we've seen them come back from being down before, but if they're able to solidify this first set, it's even gonna lock in that momentum, being first in the rankings right now.
Float serve, Hens handled it. DeFalco, the layout against Lewis. On the slide, Lewis, she touches 11 feet. She's a physical player on the slide, but a hitting error from Lewis.
Staying disciplined, staying mature. This is what we touched on in the open. The Thrill showing that maturity to mentally stay tough when you're down. Okay, you made a couple unforced errors, but how do you respond? Going back to the service line, serving with purpose, getting your opponent out of system, and playing defense.
Atlanta dub sub to try and get out of this rotation. Bauer sets middle. It was Dixon who'd come in at the right side, was hitting middle there. Lewis rattles around the block. Head is blocked. Great save by Morgan Hens. One-handed DeFalco, nearly down. Hens keeps it over. Oh man, what a point. Hens is there again. Oh, Edmund blast down. What a point.
Libero Morgan Hens laying out, playing scrappy defense. Nothing is falling on the side of Atlanta, with Hens playing left back.
That is PVF volleyball. Oh, we got a fan standing up over there. That's kind of a borderline situation that you wonder if you might see coming to play at some point down the road in whatever venue you're in, but he didn't really leave his seat, so they keep the point and give it to Cameron Hanna for the kill. And there's a kill right back there for Lewis. I mean, haven't really talked a ton with officials about that, Victoria. I think if he were to have stood up, maybe reached forward, done something more, it could have been a let point there.
Exactly. Something that you would see in the MLB, somebody reaching over the wall trying to take that ball from the outfield.
He did stand up, but he really kind of stayed in his general spot. Close first set. Vegas by a point with Hannah serving.
Watch for the Thrill to spread their offense here with a front row setter.
Serves down the line. Oh, it's a point by accident. Bauer was trying to set her middle Vicini. It didn't work out, but it went right over the block.
It might look like a missed hit, but from what I've seen all game long, Vicini, in addition to her teammates, have really wanted to take out the right back defender for the Thrill.
It was tough to tell out. You think Vicini made contact with that. It was, if she did, it was the ultimate paintbrush. Roof there against Beeson. Big Maddox block.
Great vision from Maddox. What allowed her to create this big momentum play was her vision getting in front of the shoulder of her attacker, pressing fast and across the tape. She's not reaching up for the volleyball. She's reaching low, grabbing ball.
Dub sub coming in for the Thrill. Carly Graham for Childress as a back row setter, and Jardine will play right front and block. And Morgan Hens doesn't usually get aced. Huge serve from Maddox, her 7th straight match with an ace. Timeout, 5.
We talked about leveling up play, but what about leveling up your maturity and mental toughness? That's Hannah Maddox being able to go back to the service line and rip it in a high-pressure situation. That shows mental toughness.
Last year's PVF Libero of the Year. She was kind of the next person up, hence on the Olympic team, was an Olympic alternate for 2024 Paris. She is world class. And anytime you can ace Morgan Hens, that's a serious serve. You know, last year Maddox was an exciting rookie. This year, she is an emerging star or stalwart at the very least for Vegas. I mean, there's been lineup changes. You never know how things are going to work out over the course of the year, but just love the maturity in year 2 for Maddox.
Head coach Ramon Hernandez-Cruz for the Thrill has held Hannah Maddox accountable to that maturity. She did not start the first game of the season. Coach said she had to earn it. It's not just going to be given to you because you're a star player. Last year, I only know what I see in the gym. Maddox came out. She showed her mental toughness inside the practice gym. She came out on the floor. They've been working with her on the court, off the court, and it's shining right now.
Probably the most recognizable face to these Vegas fans. Really got to know her last year, a lot of these fans. This time takes a little something off that serve, so Atlanta has a chance, and Edmond knows what to do to get the Vibe back within a point of deuce.
The offense of the Vibe right now are either going to try and tool high hands or tip up and over the block because the block has been so consistent for the Thrill.
So they reverse the dub sub. Hannah and Childress are back in. And one side out here for the set for the Thrill. Leah Edmond, maybe the best server in the PVF behind the line, and she misses. And that is how Vegas wins its first set of the season. What that means for the rest of this match, if that's a good thing or not. I don't know what to think this year. The way this Thrill team
The curse has been broken for the Thrill.
But yeah, you know what? It became a thing coming back in these matches and winning. They love, though, to break that first set streak and finally get a first set win. 25-23 over the second place Atlanta Vibe. The first place Thrill, first place for the first time in team history, take the first set here in Henderson, Nevada. Truly a fun first set, and Vegas overcomes Atlanta. A little bit of a comeback within that set to win 25-23. Stats are brought to you by the Nevada Army National Guard, proud supporters of the Vegas Thrill. Well, it's been kind of the story this year for Vegas. They get outpassed 65-38 in the first set, out-hit 395 to 256, and yet you look up and they won the set. Sometimes I don't get it when I look at the numbers, but they figure it out.
They figured it out. They showed the mental toughness. They were able to say, okay, we made a couple unforced errors, but that's all right. We're going to go back to the service line, apply that service pressure, get Atlanta out of system, and dig to convert.
The crazy thing about this sport, volleyball, is that the margins are so slim. Everyone really, from a point scoring perspective, is really scoring about 50%. It's hard to deviate too far from that as a slide kill from Lewis. Now, it's a little bit abnormal this year for the Vegas Thrill that they are actually, despite being first place in the league, 5-2 record, they are winning less than 50% of their points played this year. Think about that. They're first place in the entire league, only winning 49.5% of their points this year. Just goes to show you it's really about when you win those points. If you can squeak out a close set, doesn't matter if you lose the next one by 10, if you win 3 out of 5.
Exactly, and point scoring matters, right? But when it comes to crunch time, Childress is able to have that steady leadership with her offense.
Oh, no one home as Beeson and Tuaninga fooling everyone. This Atlanta offense has been transformed, according to Coach Banworth, under Tuaninga the last few matches.
The controlled first ball opportunity allowed the Vibe to have that one-on-one blocker.
Off the joust to Falco to Hannah, turns it down the line out of system.
Good things happen when you swing high and hard, and Hannah Maddox, playing outside right now, is doing exactly that. Watch as she's able to get full extension on this ball, beating the block high and through.
Maddox there with the kill, hitting 242 coming in. Tied for 6th in the league in kills per set, with just over 3.5 this year. And also top 5 in the league in aces. So Maddox doing everything this year, as is, of course, the reigning MVP, Aaliyah Edmond. Good pass by Maddox. Oblad through the seam in that block.
A timeless swing for the local legend out of Henderson. Oblad off of 1 foot. Childress perfectly setting it inside of her window, allowing her the opportunity to beat that block.
Maddox had a key ace in the first set against Hentz. And Vicini, who wrapped up the season last year with the Vegas Thrill after Van Buskirk went to play in VNL. Vicini was able to moonlight as the starting middle for Vegas last year alongside Oblad, and now wearing a Vibe uniform. Oh, who's got it? No one.
Looper answering back with her own off shot, tip up and over that block. It's an out-of-system play. Great cover ball by Maddox, giving the Thrill the opportunity to have a second recycle ball.
Someone's got to get that, though.
Placed.
Someone's got to play that ball, though. That was a miscommunication there. Lewis with the kill.
You let them know, AJ. You need to play that ball on defense.
I mean, that's credit
you sound
Looper.
Like me the last 3 days coaching at the Vegas Classic with my 17s.
I'm just saying, I mean, good kill for Looper, but come on, someone's got to play that ball. Beeson with the serve. One of those things, too, I mean, everything is new. When you make a setter change mid-season, obviously there Tuaninga wants to play the second ball, was why she wouldn't go for that, but first priority, you gotta get that first ball up.
And that comes with the flow, right? We talked about the not lack of subs, but lesser than subs in the pro level than NCAA. For me, I like that. It creates a more consistent flow for your right back attacker, right back defender. There's not a lot of bodies moving in and out, and you're able to get in a groove together.
Good cover by Tuaninga. Set by Hentz. Swing from Edmond, dig to Falco. Here's Looper. Over dig. Now DeFalco another set. Looper the roll shot off the block. Childress to Hannah. Dug by the setter there. A transition chance. Big dig from Hentz against Hannah Maddox. Looper to the corner.
Second and third ball opportunities. Maddox taking a rip on the bit, but what a dig by Hentz. Another second ball opportunity. Looper perfectly placing it into that 5-6 seam.
Beeson, that dates back to her college days, very comfortable hitting not just the D-ball on the back row as a right side, but also the big. She hits both during this point, and Beeson crushes one.
Beeson is steady. You can rely on Beeson no matter the point. She's calm in the chaos. Watch as she's able to extend into that ball, finding the backcourt.
Starts out of serve receive, hitting an in-system pick attack, and then later in the point, playing right back defense, connects on a D-ball kill. Merritt Beeson coming off a 13 kill, 13 dig performance at San Diego. Vicini right to the middle.
Vicini is steady. What makes her so steady is her footwork. Watch as she's able to have this double arm lift. She keeps her spacing between the ball and the net, allowing her the opportunities to swing through into that seam.
Nice connection from Childress and Stout. Free ball here for the Thrill. Stout drew the defense, and Maddox gets it done.
Look at you, AJ. Stout did draw that defense, giving Maddox that opportunity. You'll see it here. Stout up in the air, available in that delayed block of the vibe in favor of Maddox.
That was a transition with purpose, right, from Stout. Love to see that from the rookie. How about a dig for Stout?
This is probably the best I have ever seen Hannah Maddox play. She has truly come into her own. She is playing with authority. She's playing with confidence. That swing is so hard to hit. The ball is moving, coming from behind you, and she just goes up and takes a rip.
Well done, Tuaninga.
Tuaninga always having her presence up at the net. She's an offensive threat when she's in the front row. You have to prioritize her, especially if you're the left front blocker. That is your attacker until she sets the volleyball.
Maddox able to answer the call on the serve and pass to attack against that vicious jump serve.
I don't know if it's the #1 ranking or she's just feeling good on a Sunday fun day, but Hannah Maddox is playing out of her mind.
Certainly a Sunday fun day for her right now, the way she is performing. Tool kill for Edmond. Coach Hernandez-Cruz was saying they like the block touches they've been able to generate throughout matches, although they want to lower the percentage of times they get used a little bit on the block. They've been around 26% on the season. Would prefer something closer to 18%. Very particular. Maddox, another big swing.
Feed the beast right now. Childress is finding her hot hitter, and Maddox is finding the seams in the block. She's hitting high hand. She's taking big dog grips. She's not backing down.
Tough serve line. Oblad down with the overpass kill. I was wondering if Oblad might have contacted the net there on the follow-through, and Atlanta is going to challenge. Now, you never know there. It might have just been the ball. Definitely saw the net move. on the follow through, but hard to tell live whether that was the hand or the ball. Kayla Banworth challenging. You get 2 challenges per set, and if you win a challenge, you keep it.
If anything, it's a good delay of momentum. So that strategy use of using a challenge, if you use it, that's not going to get called here.
Still serves as a free timeout, to your point. And they still have 1 challenge remaining in the set if they need to use one.
Watch as Maddox leads herself here into this serve. Full extension on hand-to-ball contact.
Childress tries to read the tip. Didn't quite get there according to the R1, and Vegas is going to challenge quickly. All the players were in agreement there. Bill Stanley, the R1, making the call.
Oh, that ball is well up. You can tell by the spin of the ball as well. When you have that backspin on that ball, you make contact moving through, creating that spin.
That is probably one of those moments there where it's tough because he was shielded from the play a little bit. Now the R2 this year in the PVF experimental thing in order to assist in the expedited reviews and just other administrative tasks, making sure everything runs smoothly while still helping with the calls. The R2 sits behind the scorer's table. You might occasionally have something like that that gets missed live, but then you can still go in and correct it. Now the one thing that probably helps Vegas, because they were behind in that point, and if anything, now they get kind of a let point out of something where they were really trailing in the point. Their setter was going to be out of the play there off a pancake. Instead here, transition chance. Maddox, yes.
The Bick is one of my favorite attacks to swing, and you can see Maddox broad jumping into this ball and unleashing on it. It gives a little bit more oomph, making contact when you're flying through the air trying to break that seam in the block.
Shows they can use that back row attack as both an outlet and an in-system play. Looper gets back up there. Multiple efforts from Looper. Hannah having to reach to stay behind the 10-foot line. Now it's Beeson tipping over the block to Falco, slides underneath. Looper 4-4. There have been some huge points, some impressive rallies during this match.
Head coach Ramon Hernandez-Cruz wanted a player-driven team, player-led team, and he's finding that now within the Thrill. He's seeing it in his rookies. We've seen it in Childress, but there is a new thrill and vibe here this evening for Vegas.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. Sign up today for a Vegas Thrill debit card. Clark County Credit Union, the official credit union of the Vegas Thrill. Could just sense it. I made a comment in the opening points about how this feels like first place versus second place. This feels like a match where there are gritty, grinded out points going on that are, difficult. You have to earn it out there tonight.
You have to earn it. You have to take big dog swings. You got to play disciplined defense, expect block touches, and expect the tip on defense for both teams right now, for Atlanta and the Thrill. With good defense means that the block is going to get touches, so back row court has to be ready to turn and run to create that transition play.
Now an Atlanta Vibe timeout. Vibe were last year's first place regular season team, got upset in the semifinals of the 2024 PVF season by Grand Rapids in the 1 seed versus 4 seed match. Omaha, the 2 seed, got the benefit of being at home and won the inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship. A sour taste in the mouths of some of these Atlanta players, although like everyone, it's a new look team this year. A lot of player movement around the league from year 1 to year 2 as Vicini hammers one home. The big thing Atlanta was thinking about in the offseason was they knew they wanted to keep Edmond and Hentz and build around those two as building blocks on the roster.
Well, with steady defense out of Hentz, you're able to then build your offense out of your defense, and we've seen that with Atlanta.
Kayla Banworth felt like there was a lot of pressure at times on the MVP, Leah Edmond, last year, especially in serve receive. She had to receive 60 balls in the semifinal loss. They wanted to go and find OH2s that could help in a passing capacity. They started the year with Pia Timmer in there. She's been injured. Taylor Head doing a nice job passing recently. Great save slash set by Childress, but right back down toward that same side of the net by Head. Perfect choice there on that swing after Childress was having to scramble back into the play.
Taking a high line rip on a delayed block. Smart swing by Head.
Vegas needed the side out. They get it on the miss serve.
Point for point action. Both teams looking for that consistent serve and pass battle. I would expect Oblad to serve into the 5-6 seam.
There have been a couple of untimely service errors from Atlanta. Service miss there from Oblad, but that one felt like a lot of momentum for the Vibe, but it snapped a 3-0 run as the dub sub comes back in for Atlanta with Bauer serving as the back row setter now. Anna Dixon, played most recently in the NCAA with Florida, is in the front, but an ace from Bauer, who played at BYU, second-round pick.
That let serve used to be illegal, now legal in volleyball. Sometimes it's your best friend or worst enemy.
Second year with Atlanta for Whitney Bauer. Stout on the slide, look out.
Stout running her route, creating opportunity due to her spacing where she is in the air. Smart set by Childress, spreading her offense.
Ace Childress. Her second ace of the night. Timeout on the court, our automatic media timeout when a team reaches 16. Another close set in Henderson, Nevada. Timeout. The best way to enjoy a Vegas thrill match is in the party zone at Lee's Family Forum. You can rent it out today by calling 725-251-5413. Join the ride. Vegas Thrill lead by a point, 16-15 in the second set. Team that has never beaten Atlanta. The Thrill were 0-4 last year, 0-2 this year, despite their first place location in the standings. The Thrill this year 5-0 against everyone else, 0-2 against Atlanta. We're looking to change that. Kayla Behler had said coming into this one, tough to beat a team 3 times and in a short period of time as well. Just for whatever reason, the schedule, the way that it's sorted out this year, each team plays every other team 4 different times. The Thrill and Vibe matches taking place all early in the season as Leah Edmond with a back row kill. Ace serve, and it's tied up at 17 on that ace from Taylor Head.
Head making good hand-to-ball contact. She's float serving, so she doesn't want any spin on that float serve.
Bauer picked up the dig. DeFalco gets there. Looper, one-handed heads. Stout, the paintbrush attempt, it's kept up. Back to Stout, it was touched, that was touched by Atlanta. Lewis, no good.
A couple missed connections with the middles on both sides of the net created the opportunity for a point in favor of the Thrill.
Ace for Looper.
The rookie fearless at the service line, going line to line there on the serve, shortening the distance and time that the receiver has in order to pass the ball.
Passing numbers in this set are wild right now. Overpass, Hannah Maddox kill. The Thrill, despite being ahead in this set, are passing only 21% in system in this set. Atlanta also struggling passing mightily compared to where they were in the first set. Timeout called by Atlanta. The Thrill are up by 3. Victoria, I mean, you want to be somewhere close to 50% passing in system as the serve-receive team. Vegas is at 20% during this set. How are they up by 3?
It's because of the second ball contact. Alicia Childress right there. It doesn't matter that she's getting second option passes or maybe even one option passes. She creates opportunities for her offense.
And the hitters, credit to them, are converting. Likewise there for the Vibe. Anna Dixon, what a story. A huge season-ending injury, combination elbow, wrist ligament injury, just gruesome injury her last year at Florida, coming all the way back, making her first appearance this season, her first pro season for the Vibe, as Cameron Hanna converts there for the side out.
And that's an example of exactly what we're talking about. It was a 2-option pass. Childress is able to get her feet to the set. She's consistent, making an out-of-system play in system for her attacker.
Morgan Stout's been a great server this season for the Thrill, but she misses that one.
Led Wichita State in aces.
One of the big reasons why they put Stout into the lineup recently is the fact that Stout is such a good server. I mean, you don't normally talk about that factoring into the decision for middle blockers. Atlanta reverses the dub sub, tuning it back in and serving. Edmond can't keep that one in, so the Thrill 3 points away from going up 2-0.
The disciplined block of the Thrill forced that unforced error. Edmond trying to find outside the block, and it was a bit too wide.
Off the block and down for McKenna Vicini, the former 2019 national title winner at Stanford.
Vicini on her route, finding that gap. Good on Mia Tuaniga, trying to find her middles no matter what.
Assistant coach on that team, Alicia Childress. Maddox.
Maddox creating opportunity and out-of-system plays. That's what's made the difference of her as an athlete. She used to need consistent in-system swings, not anymore. She's taking big dog rips out of system, trying to thread that needle high down that line. Hitting efficiency tonight, Maddox 391.
As good as Childress is, Vegas not afraid to dub sub. They put Carly Graham, experienced setter out of Rice, back in there, just like in the first set, and Jardine in the front row. DeFalco, Looper off the net, finds the setter, hence to Beeson. Graham, back row, Hannah, straight back down. Her former teammate, McKenna Vicini.
Vicini does a really good job of reading Maddox. Maddox wanted to go thumbs down on that swing. Vicini, it was her left hand clamping down into that seam.
Too many Hannahs. I've said that a couple of times. Hannah Maddox.
My outsides for my club team are Mia and Maya, so
you know what it's
fine.
like. Well, it was a Hannah. It was just, ideally, let's say Hannah Maddox there. Looper, yes, and Vegas within a point.
High flyer at 5'8" is Charity Looper. She's an inspiration to my club girls, and this is why. Undersized pin, creating opportunities for herself.
For the first time this season, could the Thrill go up 2-0? Not yet. Corey Lewis.
Throw with a front row setter here. Expect Stout, the middle blocker for the Thrill, to be off 1 foot behind.
Beeson, tough serve. Looper does her best. Maddox, oh, it dances along the top of the tape. Who's got it? Childress didn't want to take the first ball. Looper is blocked, and Atlanta within a point. The Thrill are challenging the call on the court. If they win this challenge,
Vegas is challenging a net touch.
if this was a net touch, you can kiss the second set goodbye. Ramon Hernandez-Cruz quickly went back toward his bench. You have to challenge within 7 seconds. He got confirmation from the bench. There's a buzzer system automated. You just press the button, and the Bolt 6 technology gets the notification. Was there a net touch? There was not. Another quick decision from Bolt 6. Make the right call. Vegas will take timeout. Last couple of points scored by Atlanta. So now we find ourselves in the exact same position that this match was in the first set. 24-23, Thrill. One-time side out, win this set.
Hey, it's the right timeout from Ramon Hernandez-Cruz, head coach for the Thrill. Take half a beat, talk your strategy. Right now, the Thrill with a front row setter. They need a first ball controlled contact. I would expect Atlanta to serve the 5-6 seam at the 2 outside hitters passing next to each other. Look for Cameron Hanna to run behind on that back row attack. Try and be an outlet behind the setter in addition to Stout.
The third time facing Vegas in Atlanta's first 7 matches of the season. These teams have seen a lot of each other. It's the 8th match of the year for the Thrill. Tough serve, just like you said, toward Hannah Maddox there. Looper out of system. It's out! Off the block and out! Another big-time out-of-system swing. And it's 2-0 Vegas in sets. Each of the first 2 sets go 25-23 in favor of the Vegas Thrill. As Coach Ramon Hernandez-Cruz is coming over, getting ready to join us, the first-year head coach. Another thrilling set victory for Vegas. Coach is with us right now. Coach, you got us? Can you hear us? Okay, thanks for joining us here once again. Your thoughts on 2 very close set victories. What do you like?
We won the first game. I'm really happy about that.
We talked about mental toughness. You showed maturity out here. The Thrill have been working on it off the court, on the court. How have you been able to win the first 2 sets against Atlanta?
We are serving well. I think everything starts with our serve, and we are passing the ball well as well. So we are giving Alicia, great opportunities to run our offense. So really happy with the performance so far, but Atlanta is a great team, and it's not finished yet.
Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Ramon Hernandez-Cruz and his Vegas Thrill are up 2-0 for the first time this season. See if they can try and close this thing out quickly. Still a lot of work left to go. The Thrill up 2-0 over the Vibe. Timeout. The Thrill take a 2-0 lead, and the Thrill would like to thank its official hotel partner, the Ahern Hotel, a luxury hotel with no resort or parking fees. 2-0 lead over the Atlanta Vibe. Make sure to vote for your favorite Thrill players for the upcoming Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match taking place February 22nd in Fishers, Indiana. Go to provolleyball.com/vote. Fans can select Thrill players grouped by position. Go to provolleyball.com and vote right now. Well, first place team in the league, you would hope there's a lot of representation on the All-Star team.
Who's your vote?
Oh, I don't vote. I'm an objective observer.
Correct answer. That is the correct answer, AJ.
We're not fans, Victoria. We're
I'm a fan of the league.
We're journalists.
We're journalists. We are storytellers.
That's right. Well, what would you say is the story of, unlike so many of the matches we have seen this year, Vegas actually getting off to that elusive quick start?
I think it's that fire in the belly that they have, seeing them listed at #1. We've talked about passing percentage playing a factor, but it's not a factor for the Thrill when Childress is running the offense. She creates opportunities with out-of-system passes, allowing her offense to then get going. 4 blocks on the side of Atlanta, but it really hasn't played a factor for the Thrill because they're able to bounce back and use the aces to their opportunity. Coach Hernandez-Cruz talked about, well, we wanted to be more offensive at the service line. And when you do that, you push teams off of the net, then they're out of system, letting your defense be a little bit more controlled, convert, and score.
Here's the thing, though. If you're Atlanta and you know that you are hitting .412, passing 57% in system, and the opposing team, while hitting .317, still hitting 100 points nearly less than you, and passing 29% in system. So you're hitting .412. The opponent is hitting 29%, passing 29% in system, and you're losing 2-0.
Point for point, but it's 2 more kills. 34 kills compared to 32 kills.
My question, though, Victoria, is we'll get to it after these highlights. How do you try and recover from that? Where do you get better if you're Atlanta? But Hannah Maddox can't ask for much more from her.
You can't, and you have to try and stop Atlanta, or you have to try to stop Hannah Maddox. To answer your question, AJ, right now, she is firing on all cylinders tonight, hitting .346, 13 kills, 2 digs. She's ripping it from the service line. She's really grown into her starting role here at the Thrill. She had quite the rookie season, but for me, this is the best volleyball game we've ever seen Hannah Maddox play.
High praise right there, 2-0, the Thrill lead. Welcome back to Vegas, where the Thrill win each of the first 2 sets, 25-23, and have the edge over Atlanta. big difference between the way this one has gone and the first couple of matches against the Vibe in this battle for first place. Atlanta had a sweep victory on January 12th in this building, and then in Gas South Arena in Duluth, Atlanta won 3-1.
It's a long season, AJ. We talked about it at the beginning of this PVF year. We knew there were going to be upsets and the drama would unfold. I don't know if anybody would have put their dollar bet in Vegas on the Thrill being first in Vegas, but here we are.
I don't know if the Thrill would have guessed that the Thrill would be first place at this point in the season, but they have delivered so far. You go back to the preseason poll, Thrill were picked 6th, Atlanta was picked 1st. You see the Thrill, see right in the middle of that huddle, Kendall White, who you would think by the time this season is over will be the starting libero for Vegas. She was certainly brought into Vegas to be in that position. They've still been without her. No word on the timetable there.
But she's played such a leadership role off the court and being that third eye for the team in practice, during games. Yes, she's on the roster, but she's that veteran that can also have a coach's perspective. There's DeFalco dancing and having a good time in her libero jersey. DeFalco stepped away from playing volleyball after she played at Washington and Grand Canyon, played beach and indoor, and really put in the time and the reps, and now Tegan DeFalco making waves in the PVF.
One of those rookies, Victoria, that has gotten better, shown progression from a little bit earlier in the season up to this point. Ace serve by Edmond.
Lucky serve off the top of the tape. Edmond being able to use it to her advantage. Right now she's looking to serve Hannah Maddox as Maddox is front row outside.
Leah Edmond came into the match with 15 aces on the season, first in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Going to be aggressive when she's back there. It's pretty clear that Ramon Hernandez-Cruz feels like the best weapon consistently for Vegas behind the service line is Stout. They serve her first in the set. Nice hands from Oblad. Another scrappy point, and Beeson was hitting high. It's out.
Right volley IQ from Beeson. It was a closed block out in front of her, but to go up and over 6'4" Oblad, that's a big reach.
Oblad, 14 block touches in the last 2 matches coming in. Really impacts points. Punch through, Beeson.
Yellow light swing from Beeson. She didn't have the opportunity to hit the ball, but watch as she makes a yellow light swing, I like to call, creating an opportunity for herself when the set isn't exactly where you want it to be.
Why do you call it yellow light as opposed to red light?
Red light, you probably, there's no ball to hit. Green light, you take a rip.
Okay, red light doesn't exist because you'd have to stop.
It's probably going to be a free ball if it's a red light.
Okay.
You can't get hand to ball. Green light is go.
I'm starting
go
to
ahead
understand.
Go ahead and take a rip on a green light swing. Yellow light, see a moment of opportunity just like that from Hannah on the right side. Red light, it's a free ball.
Point for head, as long as I'm not, as long as it's not punishable by death like in Squid Game.
Exactly.
I'm good with it.
A little bit more breathing room here at the PVF.
Thank goodness.
But just a little, just a little. Atlanta trying to up the service pressure because they know even in a 2-option pass from the thrill, Childress is creating them to be more in system. So a couple unforced errors at the serve line from Atlanta.
No, that didn't make contact with Vegas anyway.
An unusual unforced error from Mia Tuaninga. She was tracking that ball up and over her. That window was there, though.
Another effective serve, though, by Maddox, serving at Hentz. And another ace for Maddox.
Best servers in the world have the most consistent toss, and Maddox has really leaned into her consistent toss, especially on a topspin serve. You want to go out and reach as far as you can to that ball.
She had an ace earlier against Hentz. Aces Edmond there, throws it right by Edmond again, her third ace tonight.
Confidence is key at the service line, especially with a topspin serve. A green light serve, I like to say.
Okay, they take Edmond out of the server C formation, and Maddox finally misses.
3 aces tonight for Maddox, her topspin serve, the category of ace or miss.
And she's put the thrill in front once again in a set. Oh, Lewis is so talented in the middle. I hear exactly what Coach Banworth was talking about when she mentioned her upside can touch 11 feet.
Lewis reaching up to that ball, even with 2 blockers in front of her. She kept her shoulders square to her setter.
Native of Tallahassee, she was a 4-time All-ACC player at Florida State. Really impressive college career and was picked 6th overall.
Atlanta is not going to go down without a fight. The thrill, if they want this first victory over Atlanta, they're going to have to earn it.
Looper!
And you can earn it just like that, feeding Looper on the pin. Unleashing on this volleyball was a pass that allowed Childress to give her that opportunity. Block wasn't set up in time, giving Looper that kill.
As good as Tuaninga is, she's only 5'9". That's an attackable rotation for Looper. Jumping, hitting right over her is Edmond. Answers for Atlanta.
Edmond consistent at all times on the court. Expect Mia Tuaninga here to find Edmond in the front row.
Looper tips. Well done. Edmond was taken out of the play covering the tip, but Vicini still able to convert even though Vegas had to know where that was going.
Great communication on the side of Atlanta. Mia Tuaninga was able to find Vicini in transition. Even though Vicini wasn't able to get off the net in time, she was still vocal, letting her know she was right there.
The Atlanta offense still hovering around 400. Edmond hitting 438, 8 kills. Corey Lewis, who had a huge day here in the first match between these teams in this building, hitting 444 double-figure kills. Vicini is 6 for 7. Vegas at 297, but leading in the match. 4-4 kill for Edmond.
Edmond carving up the block of the thrill. Watch as she's able on this out-of-system play, mind you, get inside of the block of the thrill, went a bit too wide.
Hannah Maddox leads the way right now for the thrill with 13 kills, hitting 310, but Tuaninga shows what she can do with the jump serve.
She was carving it up at USC, and she's gonna do it here at the PVF, just painting that sideline perfectly. One of the heaviest arms at the service line.
4th in USC history in aces for her career.
That's the rotation that the thrill have to work for a first ball side out. If Tuaninga gets going at the service line, bad news bears on the side of the thrill. Very well executed for that side out.
The Looper float serve handled by Hentz. Edmond from the right side.
You're gonna have to serve tougher than that if you wanna have a defensive chance against Atlanta when they have that first ball opportunity, especially with all 3 attackers in the front row. They're going to create opportunity.
Madeline Isringhausen has come in for Taylor Head. Beeson converts, puts Atlanta up by 2.
A good swing is a good swing, and that is what Beeson did, being able to find that area 1 location right on the sideline.
Off the poor pass, Edmond unable to take advantage, just missed.
Edmond trying to paint that sideline, being active in the back row, but our Bolt 6 cameras are on it, just out of bounds, does not get any closer.
Down to a fraction of an inch. Net violation, Atlanta.
An unforced error on the side of Atlanta, giving a little bit more wind in the sails here. Vegas with all 3 attackers at the net.
Short serve, a good one from Stout. Oh, that was gonna be close. Edmond felt like she had to play it. Point 5. Atlanta starting to mix things up a little bit in this third set. We saw some double sub situations for the Vibe in the first couple of sets, but now bringing some new faces into the rotation here in the third. Aiko Jones, who is Charity Looper's teammate at Louisville, with the serve. Hannah off the mark. Triple block, but Edmond fits it in on the Vegas side of the net.
Atlanta being able to chip away here in transition. What a play by Edmond, being able to get on that pick. The block wasn't pressed over enough, allowing Edmond to find that kill. We talked about her being calm, cool, and collected, especially in the back row.
One point away here from that 16-point media timeout, as after the serving specialist role, Jones comes back out. Cameron Hannah behind the line. 2024 national title winner at Penn State with the serve. Lewis over everyone. Free ball coming. Lewis right back at it. And that is how Atlanta gets to 16. And the Vibe right now ahead in the race to try and send this to the fourth. Vegas looking for a sweep. Up 2-0 in sets. Welcome back to Henderson. The Vegas Thrill would like to thank its official media partner, Fox 5 Las Vegas and KLUC 98.5 FM. Maddox and the Thrill up by a couple of sets, but trailing by 3 within the third set to Merritt Beeson and the Vibe. Perfect pass. Maddox missed.
I like that swing, though. I like a high line swing from Maddox. It's a good, aggressive swing. It's going to fall.
Timeout, Ramon Hernandez Cruz at 17-13. Atlanta up by 4.
Atlanta being able to use their defense to their advantage. They're finding their middles up in transition. It looks really good right now.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. Sign up today for a Vegas Thrill debit card. Clark County Credit Union, the official credit union of the Vegas Thrill. Well, what I was trying to get at in between the sets was, like, if you are hitting over 400 and the opposing team is passing under 30% in system and you're losing, what more can you do? Like, where do you gain an advantage that you don't already have in the match to avoid losing? And Atlanta's seemingly found a way here in the third.
You just have to stay the course, right? The numbers are saying you're doing all the right things, but your opponent are able to squeak out 1 to 2 more plays. We talked about Childress being a part of that reason, even though they're not a great passing team right now. She's creating opportunities for her offense. Atlanta, they're staying the course. They're serving with purpose at the end line, trying to get the Thrill out of system. Mia Tuaninga is doing a really good job of finding her offense, especially in the middle.
Within this third set, Atlanta has 11 kills. The Thrill have just 3 kills, and they're hitting 0. They have 3 errors. That was pretty tight. Lewis goes crashing into the referee's stanchion. That is legal, though, as long as she avoids touching the net, and Lewis converts for the kill.
Lewis, consistent middle blocker options, especially running behind. You can touch the net outside of the antenna, so you can't touch the antenna or inside the antenna, but outside of the antenna is legal.
I don't even think she, and that's a point well taken, I don't even think she touched the net, period. She just went into the R1 stand. But Vegas is challenging a center line fault on this point. And at the very least, you know, it's a good chance. You had both timeouts in the bank there to get both challenges in the bank to get a free timeout, as you mentioned before.
So the center line fault, your foot has to be completely over the line. Completely over the line.
It wasn't, but I think regardless, just a good job to slow the set down by Ramon Hernandez Cruz. Still 1 challenge remaining for Vegas in the set if they need it. Hits the top of the tape and down for Beeson.
2 let serves in the third set in favor for Atlanta. Those are really tough to pass. Substitution, though, coming in for the Thrill.
See, sometimes they will use this dub sub proactively, going into a serve-receive rotation. Sometimes when they get stuck in a rotation, they'll also use it.
And usually in the latter half of the set play. So with this 6-2, Lauren Jardine coming in the front row is now another option offensively.
Hence dug it, but it actually was a little too much on that dig, and over dig right to Berkeley Oblak.
Hence read it like a bug, but she extended through it a bit too much on that touch, forcing that overpass.
Say it's my bad. Makes up for it with a nice serve receive. Beeson pays it off.
And that's that steady connection that we talked about, having a consistent 5-1 offense with your right side going all the way around. Beeson creating opportunity offensively in the back row with her setter because they have that connection and flow.
Oh, too tough a situation there for Looper, so Atlanta creates more separation on this Madeline Isringhausen serve. Isringhausen coming in out of Tennessee Tech. She is the daughter of Jason Isringhausen, who is a great Major League Baseball pitcher for over 15 years. Jardine.
The rookie Lauren Jardine out of Utah coming in, has a fast arm on the right side. She was consistent for the Utes this last season, leading them into the second round of the NCAA tournament. Watch for Jardine to beat that block every single time.
It's going out and a kill for Edmond.
Consistency is key. And Atlanta showing that maturity, even though the thrill up 2 sets, they look unfazed.
12 kills, well up over 400 is Leah Edmond. Vegas will reverse the dub sub. Cameron Hanna, Alicia Childress back in. Usually Tuoninga wins those, but credit to Morgan Stout.
Stout patrolling that net with authority. She was able to track that overpass, reach it, and throw it down.
Childress has 2 aces. She's had a good serving day today. Not there for Charity Looper. Is that a foot fault? No, rotation violation on the thrill. So we talked about it this year, how in serving formation, it's a rule change, adopting what they do internationally. You don't have to be in rotation. Sometimes that carries over. You lose track a little bit in serve receive.
Can the thrill work in transition to create momentum into the 4th set? Mia Tuoninga setting all 3 front row attackers.
Edmond off the mark. The 3rd set continues with Atlanta just 1 point away still.
With Edmond attacking on the right, I would expect the thrill to try and take away that sharp cross.
And Leah Edmond gets it done for the Vibe. A fairly routine 3rd set victory after Vegas held on in both of the first 2 sets. This match is headed to the 4th. Well, you don't want to go there, but after pulling all these reverse sweeps against their opponents, the Thrill hoping that it doesn't happen to them in their home building. They won the first 2, dropped the 3rd, on to the 4th here in Lee's Family Forum. The Vibe are certainly giving Vegas everything they can with great offense. The hitting percentage close to 400, but the Thrill still up 2-1 after 3. 2-1 Vegas in front of Atlanta heading into the fourth set. Don't miss out on all of the fast-paced action. Be sure to purchase your Vegas Thrill season, group, or individual match tickets today. Go to vegasthrill.com. Taking a look at the numbers, Atlanta hitting 384 to the Thrill's 245. And outpassing Vegas by 28% in terms of in-system passing. Let's see what the fourth set brings. It's really one of those things. You watch PVF this year, and what I love about it is the unpredictability. You just kind of never know what you're going to see set to set, match to match.
I mean, and the rosters are all pretty much new across the board, so creating opportunities to have this mismatch. Tool there off the block from HUD. But again, it creates that kind of reality TV show of the PVF. You never know what you're gonna get, and it's unpredictable.
Vicini behind the line. Childress, she's been really efficient this year, 2 for 2 today. Came into the match 5-20 when she decides to go over on 2.
Being able to beat that block by throwing it outside, contacting it on her left shoulder.
Nice dig from the middle blocker, Oblad. Into the triple block. The block is there against Edmond.
The Thrill had to find a way to stop Edmond, and that triple block is a part of that formula, especially when she's in the back row. Great vision there by Stout.
Back set for Beeson. Oblad, a long race for the middle blocker, gets there. Right to Beeson. No, it's wide for Beeson. Great job scrapping through some of these early points in the fourth set.
Beeson trying to beat that block at the Thrill. Great scramble play, Oblad all the way off the court.
She has an unpredictable serve, Oblad does. Sometimes, hey, Stout shows up. Sometimes Oblad nearly misses when she serves it. Yet a lot of the times when she is locked in, she has that air of unpredictability for the defense.
Makes it a little bit exciting there to watch, holding your breath if you're a fan of the Thrill.
I think that's really, like, just in general Oblad's game. It's different. It looks a little bit different sometimes, but it's very effective. She came into the lineup middle of the season last year after McCage got hurt and really started to establish herself last year alongside Van Buskirk. And Oblad has been their best middle for close to a full calendar year.
She brings the consistent maturity. She beats to her own drum on the court, off the court, and it truly bleeds through into her ball game. What a set.
Yeah, by Childress there. Great job getting it to Hannah Maddox, and Easy does it on the block for Maddox.
Head coach Ramon Hernandez-Cruz needed the Thrill block to get better from the beginning of the season, and I'd say they've repped this out quite a bit.
A determined start to the fourth set for the Thrill. Childress, what a dig! Looper, no.
Childress playing right back defense, such a steady defender. An Olympic medal to her name, multiple national championships.
How do you take a ball that's coming at you that fast and just dead in the ball like that as Cameron Hanna converts?
Stand in the right spot. So give yourself the opportunity to just get hit with the volleyball when it's coming that fast. So Childress on that last play, she stepped inside the block, filling that seam. She had palms up to the ceiling and just let that ball reflect off.
Good job by Lewis gearing up for that Stout swing.
I would have thought Stout would have grabbed and threw that ball down. instead choosing to swing into that block.
Block was there late. Cameron Hanna takes advantage.
Hanna, the reigning national champion out of Penn State. Big crowds and big moments is old news to her. Playing disciplined defense forces attack errors. Right now, the Thrill doing a really good job of baiting the offense of the Thrill into swinging high. Those balls going long.
Leah Edmond, last year's Pro Volleyball Federation MVP. Off the dig, Looper is down, and the Thrill are up 9-4 in the fourth set.
Looper, the undersized outside at 5'8". Watch as she explodes into that seam of the block. Playing with confidence.
Timeout, Atlanta. Still early in the fourth set, but Vegas a much different looking fourth set compared to the Atlanta controlled third. Well, right near our broadcast location, the Henderson Silver Knights, one of the co-tenants in this building, have been some of the rowdiest fans we have seen for the Vegas Thrill.
They've been fun. They've been fun.
They're doing a good job cheering on their fellow Vegas team and Lee's Family Forum co-tenant. Behind the setter, the swing from Bacchini. Childress to Looper, big blast off the hands. Tuininga runs into that one, showing off her flair. Hanna tried to roll that one and just didn't put enough on it, straight down off the hands.
I'd like to see Hanna continue to take big rips on the ball. She does a really good job of trying to swing high and hard. Maybe the timing was off just a little bit there for her to swing.
Back set, Cameron Hanna. Block touch did just enough with two players scrambling. Edmond is denied by Cameron Hanna.
Great shuffle move from Hanna going out to the pin. She was one-on-one, and how she was able to block this volleyball was her right hand reaching back in. She wasn't going to get told on that block because her hand was finishing inside of the court.
Misconnection between setter and middle blocker, so a chance for the Thrill. Once again, that's a hitting error on Berkeley Oblad.
Childress likes to force Oblad no matter where she is on the court. You can expect her to find Oblad.
Atlanta down by 4, but the best server in the league in Edmond behind the line. Quick side out from Oblad and the Thrill.
The steady connection continues from Childress to Oblad. Childress doubling down on that slide and taking advantage of the seam in the block, allowing Oblad to earn that kill.
Oblad really having to range out there for that swing. Great job. Vicini with a swing. Off the hitter cover. They use Maddox's block, and Merritt Beeson converts for Atlanta.
Beeson doing a good job of staying steady during that extended rally. She let that ball get to her right shoulder to utilize the block out in front.
Beeson hitting .286 with 11 kills, 9 digs. High flat swing from Maddox.
Maddox attacking high hands because Childress gives her the opportunity to do so, continuing to find her attacker's window out of system play. That's the swing you have to take confident and high when there's a double block out in front.
14th kill for Maddox. Oblad was there and came close to a thrill dig by the middle blocker, but a side out for Atlanta, and Beeson will now be the server.
Plenty of game left for the Vibe to be able to chip away here. Beeson tonight with 12 kills.
Pretty good set by Childress, and it results in a Maddox kill. Pretty good, maybe an understatement there. That was well done by Alicia Childress. 36 assists tonight, and some good serving as well. Multiple ace night as well for Childress. DeFalco. To Aninga with Childress laying down for that one. Oh, man!
Are you not entertained? Childress on her back, setting that ball, and then a free ball to the corner for a kill, firing up Lee's Family Forum.
Lewis with the answer, but there's no question what the point of the night was. There's been some good ones tonight, but what a highlight from Alicia Childress.
Alicia Childress, setter for the thrill, wearing number 6. Her accolades rang among Olympian, 3-time national champion, 3-time mom, out here creating plays.
Lewis, once again, Corey Lewis has been effective at a high volume for Atlanta, hitting over 500, up to 15 kills for the middle.
She's been steady. Any middle blockers out there, juniors, take notes.
Stout shows what she can do on the gap set.
We love middle on middle action. Middle's finally getting some love, and especially in the PVF, when you have these first ball opportunities to do so, you can expect Stout to be on her route every single time.
You know, I think even though Atlanta has posted some good passing numbers tonight, Vegas has served with purpose, and that's been a big part of the story tonight, the impact they've had on their serve with their serves. That's going to be a point for the thrill, up by 6 here in the 4th. Right now, the thrill have the edge as they look to close this match in 4. Tonight's match brought to you by the Southern Nevada Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Timeout on the court, 16-10. Thrill up 2-1. Childress has done it all in this sport. How about that?
She doesn't need to be standing on her feet to make a play. Childress is just an all-around volleyball player. She can do it with her eyes closed. Has every accolade under her belt, including mom, and that's her favorite.
Leah Edmond, impressive out-of-system swing.
Good on Edmond to track that ball over her shoulder to allow her that opportunity to beat the inside seam.
Four-time All-American at Kentucky, Leah Edmond. Another kill for Stout, getting the start today for Van Buskirk.
Good pass for the Thrill to allow Stout to get up on that gap set. Childress doing a really good job of mixing up the routes, especially with her middles.
Stout 7 kills, 353, 3 blocks. And a tool kill for Vicini, the former Vegas middle last year.
Topspin serve from Mia Tuaninga here. You have to attack it like a defensive move and serve receive.
Smacked through by Cameron Hanna.
Hannah is such a smart athlete. She's able to create opportunities anywhere along the net offensively. She sees the block out of front, and take a look here. She sees that seam in the block and takes advantage.
All the lineup changes this year. Today's been a day where Ramon Hernandez-Cruz is stuck with his group that started, and they're close to delivering him the victory. The only subs he's made have been the double subs, at times putting Graham and Jardine in situationally for Cameron Hanna and Alicia Childress, but no rotation changes. Might be the first match all year that you could say that. And the Thrill are up by 5 with a chance to close it out this set. Looper gets up there for that one.
Pass to attack from Looper. As an underside pin attacker, it's so important to have ball control, and Looper solidifies that with this pass, creating this opportunity for her to attack.
Speaking of the dub sub, here it is with Graham and Jardine in there with Looper back to serve. So back row setter where there would have been a front row setter, and Jardine can block up there right front. Good serve by Looper. Isringhausen tries to go line and can't keep it in. Slipping away from Atlanta. And Vegas has a chance to create some separation atop the table and get to 6-2 if they can get to 25 in this set. Beeson stings it off the hands.
Thrill have to lock in here for a first ball side out. We've seen Atlanta be able to push a few points at the service line.
This is a serving sub for the Vibe, Aiko Jones. We've seen her once before in this match. Isringhausen rejected. There's your blocking sub, Jardine.
The rookie Jardine coming in and doing her job. Coach said, get on the floor and earn a block. That's exactly what Jardine here, the rookie out of Utah.
Merritt Beeson, she's been impressive, the first overall pick in the most recent Pro Volleyball Federation draft. Started her college career at Florida. Ended with the Nebraska Cornhuskers. An effective serve by Beeson. That's been the story tonight for Vegas. The pass wasn't really great, but Maddox doesn't care. She ends up hitting her own pass to attack play and finishing the point.
Swinging high and hard. Good things happen when you swing high and hard. Both setters for the thrill, creating that opportunity for their offense. Looper here playing middle back, does a really good job of reading on defense. Watch her fill that seam.
It's a roof against Beeson, and the Thrill are just 2 points away.
The Thrill needed blocking in their tool belt, and they can solidify that. Mark it with a check mark here. Their vision and their block has been disciplined all evening long.
Kayla Banworth electing not to use that second timeout. She's putting some different players in, but at this point, gonna let this thing play out. Looks like it's close to in hand for Vegas, but not quite yet. 23-16 side out, Isringhausen to serve.
Veterans on the side of the Vibe are not gonna go down without a fight. Vegas has to earn their points.
Here's Maddox. Big swing, but just a little long there.
I like that swing by Maddox. It's a good, aggressive, high swing. If you're gonna air long.
Isringhausen once again serves at Looper. Stout. Hence keeps it up. Tipped by Anna Dixon. Hannah going to reach to get that for Edmond. Pass to attack for the middle, Stout. You don't see that too often. And a swing for Dixon to end the point. Atlanta not closing the book on this quite yet. They've won a few in a row.
Atlanta looks to serve that 5-6 seam in between Looper and Maddox.
It's out, and Vegas is 1 point away. "15 kills today for Hannah Maddox, along with 3 aces. Who better to try and finish this?" Edmond has other ideas.
Steady is Edmond, going high line. She's gonna take a rip every time.
Well, still 5 chances to side out. Dug by Bauer. Edmond. Childress hits Looper. Oh, some fans calling for a double contact. Doesn't matter. Stout hits the floor. And you can still call them the first place Thrill in this battle for first place here tonight in Henderson.
The Thrill showed maturity. They showed mental toughness. They showed that they can score from anywhere on the court, led at the helm of Alicia Childress. Her left side attacker, Hannah Maddox, absolutely went off this evening. There's a new swagger with the Vegas Thrill. The rest of the PVF, watch out.
Seriously. We're going to come back and talk with our player of the game. Here's a hint. She plays outside for the Thrill. Thrill in 4. Welcome back. A 4-set victory for the Vegas Thrill. Let's take a look at our player of the match, brought to you by the Nevada Army National Guard. Hannah Maddox with 15 kills, 3 aces, 7 digs, and 2 blocks. And Hannah Maddox joins us right now on the broadcast. Another really impressive win for you and the Vegas Thrill. And just take us inside, because you're one of the players that returned from last year. 6-2 start this season. What's the difference so far last year to this year?
Gosh, I mean, I can't speak enough about the culture that we have in the gym this year. Just all the players that we brought in, we have a really great locker room, and our new coaching staff is great as well. They really encourage us to make mistakes in practice and learn from them, and so I think that's really helping us, you know, take big rips when we need to, because we have all of them behind us and all of them like giving us that confidence that no matter what you do when you go out there, like they're going to be behind you, supporting you. So I really think that that's a huge difference.
You're a veteran this year, and you're playing like it. You're taking big dog swings, swinging high hands, and getting after it. How have you been able to come into your second season in the PVF and just, you've leveled up your game like all the way around?
Thank you. Yeah, there's definitely some things at the end of last season that I wanted to work on, passing and defense being the main portion of them. And I just really think that hard work in the offseason and hard work during preseason leading up to this has really helped. And just like my teammates giving me so much confidence. I don't feel like a rookie anymore, so that's nice. But yeah, I think my teammates are like, we have such a great team as far as like veterans down to rookies, and on the sidelines when we're coming out in timeouts, people are telling us, hey, you have this open, you have that open, watch this, watch that. And so it's just really a team effort. Like it's awesome. You
talk about culture in a few sentences. What is the culture of the Vegas Thrill?
Let's see, never say die. We love reverse sweeps, we love 5-setters, but we finally won the first set this time, so that was our main goal. Like the past, 3 weeks is like win the first set, so we did that, and now I'll be interested to see what our next goal is going into next weekend's games.
If you had to predict then, I mean, what more growth can there be at this point? Because clearly, you know, the job is not done. It's still pretty early in the season. You're 6-2, that's awesome. You're playing great. What more do you guys have to do the rest of the way?
I think just remain consistent. Consistency is key, and so all the things that we're doing right, there's always room to improve, which is awesome about volleyball. And yeah, I just think staying consistent and working on what we need to work on every day in practice. But yeah, just I would say consistency is key, because we are playing really great, but we got to keep going and keep uptrending. So
I love it.
Uptrending, and the All-Star game is coming up. So fans, if you want to see Hannah Maddox playing in that All-Star game, go ahead and go vote.
I think they do. I'm going to predict that they do. Well, Hannah, you were great once again tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Our player of the game, Hannah Maddox, as the Thrill win their 3rd straight. This time they don't need a 5th set or a reverse sweep to do it. They win in 4 over the Atlanta Vibe and get their first win in franchise history over the Vibe in 7 tries in the process. For Victoria Dennis and our entire fantastic crew, AJ Cannell saying so long from here in Lee's Family Forum in Henderson, Nevada. That is going to do it for the Vegas Thrill here at home. 6 of the first 8 matches this year were at home. They go on the road with 2 different 4-match homestands in the next 10. We'll talk to you in a little while here in Lee's Family Forum, but thanks so much for watching.